Sports. It's in the game.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Buccaneers and the Snowhawks. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 64 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down. Driver work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Loss. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run here with a rookie. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Looking to throw. Driver. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Up the middle they go. Loss. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back to throw. Driver. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Now a handoff up the middle. Loss.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Operating from the gun. Driver.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Driver.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
And his kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they have 3 first downs and 3 points. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
And he's got it complete to Fowler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 107 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Snowhawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Driver. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Driver. Over the middle, complete. It's Fox. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Snowhawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Throwing to start the drive. Driver. That's caught by Ware. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off the bootleg. Driver. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Loss. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Driver. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. Driver. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds just before. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay,
after
that's
review
pretty
of the play.
tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st down. Loss. They find some open field here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Driver. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff up the middle.
Loss. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
And this one is right down the middle. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The Snowhawks offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
Dumps it underneath to Tolbert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
It's the game is 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That is caught.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Snowhawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Throwing to start the drive. Driver. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the gun on 3rd down. Driver throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 2nd and long.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
This time they stay on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We get things started with a good one in the NFC. Seattle traveling down south to take on Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. The Colts get off to a hot start as they make it 2 straight with the home victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jaden Daniels, 2 touchdown passes thus far. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in the line.
That's caught inside the 20. And touchdown! A big play there. 75 yards. And the Snowhawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Buccaneers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second and 13. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. 58 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air. As we take you through some of the action from earlier, this secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
And he's got his man on the out route. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. Loss.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Loss. A beautiful fake. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Loss. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his pass incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Barnett. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there.
His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now a give, right side. Cherry, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Cherry.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Tolbert, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tolbert, 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Gordon, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Tolbert. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Good gain there on first down and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Tolbert, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down and goal to go.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Bucs 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backward? And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Snowhawks are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the time.